What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day. I know I am. If you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. I will be forced to double dab on your mom. Also, while I have you here, follow @Scrubby on Instagram for the freshest pics in the entire game. Anyways, guys, today I'm in San Diego, just chilling, about to go double dab on some haters, and I decided I'd tell a little bit of a festive story, something that gets the juices flowing for Christmas time. Yes, we're 3 months away, but no, that doesn't matter. Stop thinking too much, you absolute goon. Just sit back, relax, open up your ear holes, and listen to this story. So, as you guys can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about a time somebody fought Santa Claus. It's not every day you see Santa Claus throwing fisticuffs outside of the North Pole. Don't get me wrong, there's a huge underground boxing ring in the North Pole where elves are just constantly fighting the reindeer, but usually when they leave, they try to be on their best behavior. Thank you, car, for honking your horn extremely loudly. I appreciate you. That's the one downside of being in a city, is it's never good to record. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So I don't know if you guys have ever been in a mall around Christmas time, but it actually is one of the worst places to ever be. You just see the worst of society, alright? Soccer mom throwing fisticuffs over Tickle Me Elmo dolls. At one point, I'm pretty sure I saw someone purposely run over a kid with a stroller just to prove a point about dominance and how you can actually just make people get out of your way very swiftly. It's pretty 500 IQ big brain plays. But, you know, if you're not running over kids with shopping carts and fighting over Tickle Me Elmo dolls, it's a pretty terrible place to be right before Christmas in the mall. And at the mall that's right by my house, we have this Santa Claus that sits there and you go and take pictures with them, you know? And if you really think about that, that's a little creepy. Like, really break down the fact that you go sit on a strange man pretending to be Santa Claus' lap for a picture. That's a little bit out there, you know. That's something that definitely needs to be investigated by the FBI. But regardless, people do it. They line up for hours to take pictures with Santa Claus. And I guess this Santa Claus that was in the mall today was just kind of over it, all right? He was tired of soccer moms yelling at him, tired of dads trying to tell him what to do with their kid. Like, oh, will you hold her up a little bit higher for the picture? Like, you know, just general Santa Claus things that Santa Claus has to deal with. Because as I was walking by on the top floor, I could hear to my left on the bottom floor where Santa Claus was just a scream of, "That's it, I'm done." And then someone like hufflingly opening the little lane dividers to get out. And as I'm hearing this like shuffling noise, I walk over to the edge and I look over, and Santa Claus is pushing his way through the crowd of parents aggressively, like shoving them out of the way to try to get out of there. And like I said, hey, I understand being overwhelmed, Mr. Santa Claus, but that's not the Christmas spirit. The Christmas spirit is you suck it up and deal with it. You think I like when Aunt Barb starts questioning me about when I'm going to get married, like I'm not just dating crazy girls all the time? No, but that's the holidays and there's nothing you can do about it. So you sit back down in that chair and you take pictures with children, all right? Because that's what you're getting paid to do. But regardless, he's kind of pushing past people, and one of the dads who seems like he's been waiting in line to see Santa Claus for 47 hours. You know that movie, 72 Hours, where the guy gets stuck rock climbing and has to cut off his arm with a pocket knife? That's what this guy looks like he just went through, all right? He looks like he's been waiting for so long that he actually grew a beard in the amount of time it took to get to the front of the line. Grabs the Santa Claus, turns him around and says, "You're gonna go sit in that chair." And I guess Santa Claus didn't like this very much. Something about Santa Claus being told what to do is not 10 out of 10, and this guy's definitely ending up on the naughty list, because what happens next is Santa Claus pushes the dad away, flips him off, and tells him F you, except he didn't say F, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, which makes the dad mad because he's like, "Don't talk about that in front of my kids, like, who do you think you are?" And now Santa Claus and this dad are up in each other's faces, about to throw fisticuffs, all because Santa Claus just wanted a smoke break. And I guess the dad who just got shoved off Santa Claus and told to F off is really not enjoying it, because now they're screaming at each other. And like the staff, you know, the elves that are there to help take the pictures and keep the kids calm and stuff, they're trying to break it up, and kids are starting to cry because nothing says childhood trauma like watching Santa Claus fight some random kid's dad in the middle of the mall. You just came to ask for what you wanted, and now you're having to watch Santa Claus just absolutely throw hands? No thank you. That's not something any child should have to go through. So Santa Claus and the dad are pushing each other back and forth, and they start to separate them. And as they're getting separated, I think Santa Claus got a little cocky because he reaches over the person trying to separate them and hits the dad. Like, it was an attempt at a punch, but it kind of just grazes off the dad's right cheek. But at that point, all bets are off. Once Santa Claus has thrown hands once, everybody in line just kind of like a collective awe gets let out, and the dad pushes past this like 5'4" elf girl, okay? So to break down this visual, there's two grown men about to fight, right? And they send over like three dainty teenage girls that are working as elves for minimum wage to take pictures of kids to try to break it up. So obviously they don't do an absolutely fantastic job. The dads literally have to like breathe and these girls fall over, and he starts charging Santa Claus. And Santa Claus, instead of being a tough guy, considering you just threw the first punch, turns around and starts trying to run back the other way, except there's a line of people that are now watching this fight and aren't exactly being nice about moving. So the dad grabs the Santa Claus by his little coat, pulls him to the ground, and just starts wailing on Santa Claus, right? And I don't know if you've ever seen someone beat up Santa Claus before, but it's quite the sight. And I'm pretty sure there was like a bunch of kids in line. Some were cheering, some were crying. Most were crying. Most of the kids were pretty traumatized. But this fight is going on, right? And after about 30 seconds of that fight, Santa Claus gets up and just starts breaking his way through the line back towards his little throne, the chair thing. So he gets back to the chair thing, and the chair thing is surrounded in like these plastic candy canes that are there. He picks up a plastic candy cane, turns around, and starts swinging it like a torch. Like, you know in the movie when the guy is surrounded by wolves and they're swinging the torch and they're like, back off, back off, back off. He's trying to do that with a plastic candy cane. And the dad, who's still furious, by the way, grabs the candy cane out of Santa Claus's hand and just starts smacking him upside the head with it. So then Santa Claus grabs another candy cane, and now they're basically fencing with candy canes in front of all these kids. And kids are screaming and crying. And then, this is what got really bizarre. So these guys are fighting, and actual mall security showed up. People with the ability to break up the fight happen. So they start pulling these guys off of each other, and out of nowhere, a little kid darts out of the line and just starts hitting Santa Claus on the leg. Like, apparently this kid had seen his fair share of street justice, because he wasn't like, you're from the North Pole, Kris Kringle? Yeah, you're cool. He was like, dog, you started this, now you gotta finish it. And is just wailing on Santa Claus's leg, which probably added insult to injury. Mall security escorted these two men out. I don't really know if anyone got arrested or anything. I don't feel like any one of them should have pressed charges because they were both guilty, because Santa Claus did throw the first punch, but maybe chasing Santa Claus down and beating him with a candy cane in front of a group of children isn't the best idea to calm things down. Like, I get it, okay, you can be mad at Santa Claus, that's fair. Maybe beating him with the candy cane gives the opposite message of the Christmas spirit to the hundreds of children in line with you. And everybody else in the line is furious. So as they're getting taken away by security, the line starts booing, because keep in mind, there is still like a 2-hour line of people that have been waiting to see Santa Claus, and now Santa Claus is getting escorted out of the mall in mall cop handcuffs, which is a zip tie, which I feel like is actually a pretty effective handcuff. Thinking about getting locked in with a zip tie, I don't think I'd be able to get out. I'm not as talented as most of you Houdinis out there that can simply slip your hands through anything of size, because, I don't know, you guys are freaks of nature or something. And now the crowd is starting to get unruly. Not only did Santa Claus just fight a parent, but as he's getting escorted out, the parents start throwing their drinks and their food and all that stuff at Santa Claus, because they're just triggered at the fact that, like, this Santa Claus just wasted everybody's time. So they start throwing stuff at him, and now mall security is not too pleased. So they're trying to, like, calm everything down, and they can't calm it down, because I don't know if you've ever had a horde of angry soccer moms that feel like their time has been wasted throwing stuff at you. That's not an easy group of people to calm down. If soccer moms were reasonable, they wouldn't be soccer moms. So they start wailing on each other, and they had to call the real cops in, and they like shut down the bottom floor of the mall basically to make everybody leave. They're like, Santa Claus is over, you guys need to go home. And people are still trying to argue with the real cops. Like, I understand trying to argue with a mall cop, okay? What is he gonna do, pull up with his left hip forward, giving the illusion that he has a weapon? No. But real cops, you know, when they show up, you gotta be respectful. But these soccer moms were having none of it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I heard one of them demand that a real cop put on a beard and keep taking pictures so their time wouldn't be wasted. Christmas is stressful on parents, man. I'm glad I don't have kids yet, because I feel like that level of stress is just not something that I'd be down with. But yeah, I watched all of this from the second floor of the mall with an absolute bird's eye view. By the time everybody else crowded around trying to watch, I was already in the front and had the best tickets in the house. So if you guys ever want to go to a public boxing match, let me know, because for some reason I have really good luck at seeing people fight Santa Claus, and I'm pretty sure that luck just carries over into everything else. Realistically, though, if my kid is ever waiting in line for 2 hours to take a picture with Santa Claus and he's trying to leave, I don't think I'd fight him. I think I would just follow him to the parking lot and have them take a picture on the back of his 2007 Honda Accord, because, you know, I'm not really too pressed about where the picture is as long as they have it, because it's the memories that count. And plus, it'd be fun to explain to my kid in 8 years why he has a picture with a strange bearded man in the middle of a Kohl's parking lot. And yeah, on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe. If you are subscribing, though, you might as well just sit around and turn on notifications because, believe it or not, I upload videos like this every single day, and you wouldn't want to miss that. Today's notification shout out goes to SOS Creed. Big shout out to you for having on notifications. I really do appreciate it. We're getting increasingly close to 1 million subs on this channel. I just wanted to second to say thank you guys for that so much. But yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. Follow me on Instagram at Scrubby, and if you don't, then you are considering your mom having ligma, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.